Hello, this is Rosina's Italian Kitchen, and today we're making pasta sauce. So far I've chopped up one onion and I've sauteed the onion, and I also use this Italian sausage. It's the New York style sausage, and you could use the hot or the mild. I'm using a couple of hot and one mild, but we kind of like the spicy flavor. And what I also do, I happen to have purchased the sausage in the casing. So of course we don't want the casing in the sausage, in the sauce. So what I do is just get at the end here and remove the casing, which is very easy to do. But if I had purchased it knowing I was going to do the pasta sauce, I would have purchased just the sausage bulk. But I, at the time, I just bought it and wasn't planning on doing the pasta sauce with it. So what I do then is then break it up as I'm doing here, so it's not in clumps in the sauce. So now I'm going to turn my burner up because I want to brown the sausage, and not real dry, because I want it to mix well or blend well with the tomatoes. So here's what I'm doing, and at the end, when I'm through making the sauce, I put it through my blender, so everything gets pretty much mixed in well, and it gives a kind of a different color to the sauce too. I like that consistency. So, and after I'm through browning all of this meat, I will add the tomato sauce. So that will take about 15 minutes. This looks like it's browned enough, so I'm going to now put the meat in this big pot that I have here, that I will be simmering the sauce for 4 hours or so, so the flavor gets through it well. And as I'm finished putting this in the pot, I will use the same skillet to saute the parsley, sweet basil, and I haven't mentioned the carrots yet, but I also add carrots so it takes some of the acidity out of the sauce, because tomato sauce does have acid in it. So this will just take a few more minutes of doing for baling it out of here, and I will throw the vegetable part in here, and I will just saute the vegetables a short time. And after I saute the vegetables, I'll put them in this big simmering pot. And this is good enough because I'm just going to saute the vegetables in this good drippings, the good drippings. So let me turn the fire up now on this, and I'll put the vegetables I have prepared, which are the carrots and celery and parsley, in here, just to give them a little bit of sauteing. There. And after we get these sauteed, we will proceed in putting the sauce and let it simmer for, like I said, several hours. I always taste it and see how the flavors have come through. So this is here the carrots, which I cut up. You don't have to cut them up, but again, I mentioned that once the sauce has simmered for a number of hours, then I let it cool a little bit before I put it in my food blender or food processor, whichever you happen to have. And it just really makes a nice thick sauce. Let's take a few more minutes. before we're ready for the rest. Just a matter of getting this warm. And also I use, I should mention, I use what I buy 6-in-1 all-purpose tomatoes, ground tomatoes, and they have extra heavy puree added. I've used this for a very long time and really have enjoyed it a lot. You see how this is simmering? Just, it's really kind of sauteing, simmering a little, just to get it started before I put it in with the meat and then with the tomatoes. So let me get that in there. So here we go. Let's see what I have in here. There. Nothing like making sauce when my children were younger, and even now I'm making sauce. We like some of that nice sourdough bread to dip into the sauce. That's been kind of one of my favorites, and the children have enjoyed also when they smell that sauce to come in and dip some sauce out and dip the bread in it. So now our next step is to put the sauce in the pot. So here we go. So I've got my ladle here, and I will put this in. Just move this around here. I could just dump it, but you know, that makes kind of a big mess. So this is the way I do it. See, the sauce is a nice thick sauce. I use this a lot also for when I make pizza sauce. And it has a nice consistency. So I think this is my method of making pasta sauce. And so I mentioned the simmering and for several hours, and then running it through your blender or your food processor. So this kind of ends how to make the sauce. Pretty simple. I will continue this after the sauce is simmered, demonstrating the process of blending it in a food processor or a blender, and let you see what it looks like once it's gone through the food processor or blender. We'll see you later.